squad's here. Eric.
Squad's here. Chat's popping.
You kind of miss the good
Hell
old
of
days.
A weekend.
You miss the good old days?
You mean when it was
You
just,
and me.
the two-man game, the two-man weave?
So true. This is like we're gonna have to. This is like when the Thunder had to give Perkins a shot. Like they had, they had two guys, but
You know what this feels like is when there's a father and young child, and then more children are born and part of the family, and I'm just like, what is this?
we are somehow doing the Smuggets of the show.
Yeah, we're terrible. I hate us.
Of DNVR.
I absolutely hate
Look at
us.
these guys not laughing. What's
I
up? Welcome to the pregame lounge. I got my boys back. They're not in a good mood. I'm going to start with Dev because he's the saltiest.
I mean, I'm just excited to be here. Unlike some other people around here, you know what I mean? We got our superstars back, me and Harrison. So, I think we're going to be fine.
Man, you were at a good game, man, last night. How was that? Take us behind the curtain.
Honestly, what an experience. It's really the most mind-blowing thing ever. I've never seen someone so loved. And then you look at the box score. He has such a regular game, but they love him so much, and his impact is so much bigger than what it is. Evan Batty is the king of Boulder.
It's so crazy.
And he's not from Boulder. How does that feel, Harrison?
The craziest part is he. No, I mean Evan Batty is a Boulder citizen now. He's got his citizenship.
He
forever.
really might have a real key to the city.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Evan Batty senior night over at CU, and they have the biggest upset in 20 years, 25 years, 30 years.
30 years.
So on senior night, and he is. It was this is only a small tangent, but Batty, you're gonna get mad at me for saying this. He's a good player. Yeah. He's not a great star. There's the best player or something of it. He's not a good best player of a class, but he is just so beloved.
Every single thing that he does, it doesn't matter if he sets a screen, if he takes a charge.
Mostly what he does.
The crowd loves him. He got MVP chants. He has his own Batty.
There's
chants.
not even an MVP named in college.
I know. That's so true.
Except for the
about
championship
15
game.
real chants. It was wild. There's there's a group called the Storm Chasers. They come in these weather raincoats, and they're just waiting for the opportunity to rush the floor. It's the most badass job ever. They just send them out to different games that there's a possibility of a team upsetting another team, and if they do, they get to party wild, and Barstool pays for them. I thought that was the wildest thing. And they sat right next to me, and they're real celebrities. People are taking pictures with them the entire time. What an experience in Boulder, and then just the win. The atmosphere was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you want to check out DNVR Buffs, there's some great photos and videos and stuff over there. As I mentioned, Eric's here.
I don't care either.
I do have Harrison Wynn back in the house, though.
What a time for basketball in this state, though. The
What a time,
the
yes.
Buffs, the Rams.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening.
Been a fun year.
So Harrison, I have to ask you the question everybody is wanting to know.
We're not going to tease this anymore?
We'll tease it later. Actually,
Okay.
we'll tease it a little bit later. I'll get to it a little bit later. Nuggets in Portland, second night of a back-to-back. They do have a 5-game winning streak. That's the longest of the season. They have two 5-game winning streaks this year. This was now the third. They could make it a 6-game winning streak, which would be the longest of the season, but it's going to be a tough one in Portland on the second night of a back-to-back. What can you tell me about it, Harrison?
Well, let's start there. Second night of a back-to-back, 3 games in 4 nights. Michael Malone concerned about the fatigue. He said that's something to keep an eye on tonight. And the fact that Portland just has a completely different rotation compared to the one that they had in the 3 earlier matchups this season. No Nurkic, no McCollum, obviously. Dame Lillard's out. This is a completely different team. And he said he's most concerned about Anthony Simons, who is attempting 7.5 threes per game and is making 40% of them. And Michael Malone was saying there's just not a ton of guys in this league that take that many attempts and convert that high of a percentage. So he's definitely at the top of the scouting report tonight. And Portland won 4 in a row before the All-Star break.
Right.
So they're a team that's filled with a bunch of guys fighting for their respect, fighting for their shots. So I bet they bring it tonight.
They're also fighting for the 10 seed, which would be in the play-in. And they're a weird team where I'm not sure how much they want to be in the play-in. Just because, I think every player wants to win, and that becomes a mark for them. But at the same time, this is kind of a lost season, a little bit of a lost season. Although there is an update that Damian Lillard might be back in 2 or 3 weeks. So
that'd be pretty surprising.
I had a question asked of me last night that I hadn't really pondered, and I don't know if you guys have an answer to this or have thought about it. Why do we still have the play-in?
You don't like the play-in?
I'm not saying I like it or don't like it. It's just, is this a permanent fixture?
I think it is a permanent fixture. In
Okay.
fact, next year they're going to bring in a mid-season tournament, so the NBA getting weirder and weirder. I like the play-in for one reason. It brings the second layer of intrigue for the rest of the season, whereas you could have a 10, 11, 12 seed at this moment giving up on their season, like the Sacramento Kings or San Antonio Spurs, but instead you don't. Those teams still can win the championship.
I know.
And so it keeps those teams engaged, I think, a little bit. And then on top of that, it created, and I don't think this was the intention, I think it was all about tanking. It created a secondary intrigue where right now we have the 6-seeded Nuggets, and we're sitting here watching. If it was just 6, 7, 8, Denver's season would be basically over. The regular season could be like, they're in the playoffs. We'll just have to wait and see what seed it is. Now you're like, hey, don't fall to the play-in. Stay at that 6. So you have to create all these layers of things you're watching.
Yeah. Zeke Naji is out for the Nuggets again tonight. He's missed a bunch of games in a row now, like dating back to before the All-Star break. So I expect DeMarcus Cousins in the rotation tonight, JaMychal Green in the rotation tonight. That's probably what the backup front court's going to look like on the bench. Same starters for Denver tonight as well. Monte Morris, Will Barton, Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green, Nikola Jokic.
And it's a Jeff Green night, man. I'm starting to worry about old Uncle Jeff here.
The thing that you don't have to worry about though is that the Nuggets are winning. Like
that's true.
He's not.
So true. He's an old pro.
Yeah.
He's an old, like he is. He's got Jokic level cunning when it comes to resting while playing.
Do you think he's
mastered it completely?
He could be elite where he looks at like the DraftKings lines, and we're like, man, they say 3.5, and he's like, oh, they'll win by 7. I'm not even going to try tonight. I know. Or he looks at it, he's like, man, Nuggets -1. I got to play tonight. They actually need me tonight. I think that's what he does.
Yeah. But when the Nuggets are plus and he's got like a 6'2" guy on him in the post, he's like, I'll just take the fadeaway here.
Yeah, I'm not going to the basket. What else we got? Any other notes?
That's really all I got.
I got a note.
What do you got?
Chauncey Billups. Does he watch the show, Dev? Do you know?
I don't think that he watches the show.
I think he must.
He definitely does.
No, I think he does because today in his pregame commentary, he said something I've been saying for months, maybe even years. He called Nikola Jokic one of the 4 or 5 best conditioned athletes in all of the NBA. He said, people think I'm crazy when I say this, but I think he's one of the 4 or 5 best conditioned athletes. It's true, man. Chauncey, smart guy. This is the thing. Jokic just doesn't look like he has the body of a god or whatever. But the truth is, for whatever reason, he's an endurance athlete.
And that's not even a popular opinion. Like, that is actually way off.
Well, he prefaced it by saying, people think I'm crazy.
People think I'm crazy.
But that means that it's a conversation that he's had with someone or an argument that he's had with someone.
Yeah.
So maybe he does watch the show. You don't just come up with that by yourself and think of this as a guy that is just in shape. No one's ever said that about Jokic besides you.
Adam alone, and now Chauncey Billups.
It's
Chauncey, unbelievable. Man. I'm not sure I've heard you say this before, but I love Chauncey. Come on the show, bro.
Come on the show. So that was one note. So the other note we can move to, the top story tonight. Well, hold on. Kill is adjusting a camera setting, and I'm going to let him get back to his spot here. Our top story tonight, last night on the Gram, there was an Isaiah Thomas post. I don't even remember do you remember what the Isaiah Thomas post was about?
It was Isaiah Thomas commenting on a post.
Okay, and then there's prayer hands, and MPJ responds, brother, about to see you next week, LOL. I don't like the LOL part there. I feel like that makes it like confusing.
Haha.
No, bro,
to me, that's not an LOL moment.
This is LOL in the way that I do LOL, where you just laugh in the middle of a sentence where it doesn't belong.
You just don't know how to end the sentence, so you just put an LOL.
Yo, I'm about to see you later.
Okay, that is how you would have done it.
Yep.
Big update, completely unsubstantiated, and I don't think we're going to get any confirmation on this at any time. I don't think Woj would comment on this or anything. I'm trying to throw Cal these cues here. It was a little something. Oh my God, Woj did comment on this. He says, according to Mark Bartlesty, his agent. I can't read that; it's so tiny. But the quote, the gist of it was,
I can read it. Ready? Denver Nuggets forward Michael Porter Jr. is progressing to be cleared for on-court contact within the next week, freeing a path for him to return to the lineup sometime in March. His agent, Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports, tells ESPN story, colon.
Here's what I love.
I love that you've been around me and you know what dumb joke I'm going to make. That's fantastic.
Hey, read the article and like there's hopeful sometime this month. Here's the thing I like. March begins on Tuesday. So as soon as Tuesday, okay, maybe not that soon.
Well,
but nonetheless,
within the week, he'll be cleared, and then we can
within the week. But here he's saying in about a week, going to go down to Grand Rapids. You figure that's where you ramp up, start playing. I mean, you look at it. The Nuggets have a home game on the 14th. They go on a 3-game road trip, and then they're home on the 20th. That's a 1-week gap.
Yep.
14th seems aggressive. 20th, you come back. It's a weekend game. Maybe that's now becomes a realistic timeline. We're waiting for an update here. We don't know, of course. Maybe it's quicker than that. Maybe who knows? You've been reporting that when you watch him warm up, he looks 100%.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, very exciting news. But there is one sort of the third installment of the trilogy, and this is like Godfather 3. That is that Michael Malone had a comment himself in the pregame today. Pull that one up and make it big. Nuggets coach Michael Malone on the report. I would say don't listen to those reports. Well, they came from Woj, who came from Mark Bartelstein. So it's like, this is the weirdest quote from Malone. They didn't come from me. They didn't come from Tim Codley. They didn't come from anyone within the Nuggets. Be careful what you listen to. Dev, came from MPJ's agent via Woj, who's like, Woj knows what he's doing. What do you make of Michael Malone's comments? What do you make of this whole ordeal?
Well, first off, I'm going to go to the MPJ tweet to, or it's on Instagram.
Instagram,
right?
yeah.
To Isaiah Thomas. That's big time news for him to like basically just say, I'm going to be back to playing. I'm going to be in the G League or whatever the case may be. Like, this is the first time that we've got that hope that this is the year. Like, there's been speculation and things like that. But for it to come from the horse's mouth gives you newfound hope that we just haven't had in a while. Then I feel like on the other end, with Michael Malone, he's the king of like just tempering expectations. He just makes sure that he doesn't, have too high of expectations for anyone. Just for if it does happen, then he discusses it. He is true in saying that it didn't come from anybody from the Nuggets side, but it came from his agent. And we have to like just assume he talks to his agent daily.
Right.
So we know that he feels up to being able to play. Now, if he's cleared on the other end, maybe that's the obstacle. If the Nuggets are going to be able to let him play, or if they say that. We already know how they are with their medical team via the Bobo situation. So until it actually happens, I don't think that Malone himself can talk about, given that idea that he's going to play.
I know. He's like, yeah. Is that awesome?
It's like, I can confirm that, bro.
It's gonna be so sick, right? Like, what is he gonna say? Of course he's gonna be like, "What? Hey guys."
No, I disagree. What is he gonna say? Say you want to temporary. I just still feel like you could say, like, hey, yeah, there has been some progress, but I just would encourage everybody to be patient. Like these things have steps, not like a complete denial. To me, this whole thing is so dumb to me. Honestly, I don't get why teams can't do this. Maybe it's because there's precedent I just don't know about because I've only been in this industry 8 years.
As somebody that is always given information that is secretive. Like his whole world is that keeping up the wall.
You don't know when the wall's like completely unnecessary.
Yeah, so you just like that's always just your reflex. Like people are like, "Hey, you guys gonna play tonight?" He's like, "I don't know. Yeah. We'll see."
I think it's pretty easy, though, to gather from this series of events that Michael Porter is close. Yeah. We speculated before about would Michael Porter be before Jamal Murray. It now looks like that's true. Like he will be
looks
back
like
before,
a certainty now.
Almost looks like a certainty. What level of excitement do you think Nuggets fans should have for this?
I mean, a 10. Like, this is incredible news, man.
I agree.
Say less, fam.
I agree. So I don't know these Debbie Downers over here. Like for me, I'm like, pump it up.
When Michael Porter Jr. clearly suffered a pretty significant back injury against the Rockets, we all thought he could very well be out for the season.
Right.
And then he had surgery, and we definitely thought that again. And the fact that he's back 3 months after that, or close to coming back, it's awesome. It's honestly incredible news because Nikola Jokic, he just needs some help, man. The guy needs some help any way he can get it. And if you put arguably the best shooter in the NBA onto the court with him, it's going to be a huge boost. Now we can get into concerns about how he'll look in other aspects of the game, but from an offensive perspective, I think this is amazing news.
This is the worst hype cast, though. I'm with Harrison on that. I think it's amazing news, but here's the thing. Michael Porter or Jamal Murray to me was always such a bit, especially this late. Like if he came back, if Murray was coming back right now, I'd be like, all right, there's time, 6 weeks, whatever. But clearly he's not coming back for a while. So now I look at it and I go, is he going to ever get up to speed to be able to be playoff ready? Probably. I don't feel that good about it. Then there's he has the ball in his hands. It's not a small change. It's like, oh, we have a massive change to who we are. So to me, it was always like super high reward, but also high risk just because of the circumstances. And we'll see. Maybe he still comes back, but I don't know. We'll find out. But with Michael Porter, I'm like, hey, this is a 44% three-point shooter who's 6'10". He does other things, and he does present certain challenges. Like, does he fit into the system? Does he rebound? Does he defend? Is he going to get targeted? All those things are still fair. But just adding a 44% 6'10" three-point shooter to this team, I'm like, are you kidding me? That he could make such a huge bump. I am hyped about the fact because we all thought he was coming back, and we had heard certain things that there was a good chance he would come back. I thought April 1st or something like that, like right at the end. Now it looks like maybe even a little before that. To me, Dev, this elevates Denver's chances. I don't want to say it does elevate their title chances because he's a good player. So even if it ups it from 1% to 2%. But to me, it just ups their odds of being a very competitive playoff team, winning a round, maybe winning 2 rounds. I get really excited about the fact that I anticipate at this very moment he will be back and will probably get enough time under his belt to at least maybe not be 100%, but to be integrated back into what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big-time shooter. I mean, and he's a big part of the Nuggets organization. They showed that they believe in him moving forward. He's coming off of an injury, and who knows if we've ever seen a healthy MPJ. So, like, this is like a step closer to that. And adding that, it gives them, a new sense of energy for the team of a guy that they really do believe in. So, like, teammates are going to be excited. It, puts that rotation into it. But just also having a guy that can knock down every single shot once you give it to him is just big time. For spacing purposes, you just have to believe in the Nuggets organization and also just Nikola Jokic. It just makes it open for him. It gives him way more space to just destroy everyone.
You know what we got to do?
What's that?
When he goes to the G League, we got to do a playback for that game.
Oh, man.
A live watch along for the I'm serious about this. Are you kidding? Are you telling me you don't want to watch MPJ play for Grand Rapids alongside Isaiah
watched
Thomas?
the regular G League games, so I'll be hyped for
Freed,
that.
Isaiah Thomas, Michael
Just
Porter
don't get
Jr.
too hyped about Kenneth Freed. Just giving you a disclaimer
all I'm
there.
saying is I want to go. Are you kidding? I'm going to be so hyped, and I know a bunch of Nuggets fans are going to be as well. If you guys haven't heard, we have added to our super team here at DNVR Ryan Green, who is a fantastic video maker, vlog maker, and he made a great one over the weekend. Saturday night at the DNVR Bar, I tweet this out every time there's a Nuggets game on Saturday night. I just say Saturday nights at the DNVR Bar, greater sign, because it really is the best. If you did not know, we are starting to do vlogs. You're going to want to stay tuned to our social media accounts at DNVR_sports, as well as to our YouTube account right here. Play that footage. Check out our latest vlog from Ryan Green.
Can you hear that? You know the song? You don't know the song? Look at it.
Is it you?
You know the song? Yeah.
My lock of the game is going to be Nuggets first quarter -2.5. And I'm out here with Ryan Green. Ryan DNVR, what's up?
I like 2.5. 2.5 good.
2.5.
Okay, so if you are unfamiliar with these Spotlight type videos, they do not contain highlights because we're not really allowed to shoot highlights and put them up on the internet. Instead, Nuggets and Kings are tied at halftime. The Avalanche game just started. So I'm gonna run to the bar and see what it's like there.
Like if you want to go to a movie. Oh my God.
5863. Winner!
Thank you, man. Yeah, of course. I appreciate it.
Have a great night.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
We did it. We won. We did it. We did it.
We even got cookies tonight. Somebody made us cookies. Give me your cookies.
I was gonna say, hey, my name's Jackson.
Hey, good to meet you, man.
I love the podcast.
This was fun, man.
I love it, man. This is my first time I've been here. I live in Newport now, Newport Beach, California.
Right on.
From Colorado, though. Visit everything. I love it here, man. I love it here. Yeah, that's awesome. Go to those air horns one more time tonight. Hell yeah. Yeah, you have a good night.
Come into my fucking that baseboard is on it. So like literal.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Turn it up. Give it to me. Give it to me now. Give it to me. Oh my God, the vibes. They're so strong. Oh my God, I can't handle these vibes. What is up, everybody, and welcome into the B Winners Lounge. Ba, 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 ba.
Strawberry Sky. Strawberry Sky? Okay, I'll get you one, bro. First raffle I won, so you know what? You guys are the free beers. I need a piece, so.
You survived?
Barely. They never make it easy, that's for sure. Gotta make it exciting.
Dude, that might even be more soul crushing than getting blown out.
The worst way Vegas could have possibly lost this game. Like, they played better and they just didn't win. They played like shit, they still win.
The vibes were officially immaculate tonight at the bar. Nuggets winning a comeback, Avs winning a comeback, and now we've got a wedding reception, which means this spotlight's gonna end because I'm gonna go have some fun.
Man,
Yo,
I'm telling you, like, number one, RG's so talented.
Yeah.
He's so talented. Like, it makes all of us look cool.
what's great about
I still think
RG
I look
is
like
he's
an
just clearly
Like, for me, I was like looking like this the entire time.
he's
like,
just
screw you,
clearly
RG.
the best at what he does.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone better.
Yeah.
He puts all of us to shame in that category.
But number two, the vibes really were so immaculate last night. I mean, Saturday nights are just so great. And it was fun, man. Like, it was a love fest. Everybody was in the best moods. It was just a pure joy. And then, like, we get done with the show, and then everybody's karaokeing downstairs. There's no karaoke machine, but, like, everybody was just singing, standing on tables and
What's
singing.
awesome about the bar on nights like that and why this bar is different than any other bar, this bar can feel like your living room.
It definitely does.
You know,
yeah, it definitely does.
That
man.
shit doesn't happen at other sports bars.
Nobody stands on the table and just starts singing, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you want another drink?" Let's go. But Harrison, I know the question everybody's wanting to know, man. Will Barton, he played some music for you.
Yeah,
I gotta know.
It was actually the latest episode of the DNVR Nuggets podcast. Yeah. He was like, "I loved your guys' takes on this."
This is so good. Man. No. It's crushing.
Why the F would you say that?
Why would you say that?
The song was actually "Sky's the Limit" by Biggie.
Oh.
I thought
that was actually the song.
Didn't we have an agreement that he was going to tease that for his article that was going up on the DNVR.com? I thought this was a whole little bit we had worked out. It was going to be a great tease that I have it in the article. So become a member and you could read it.
I had to give the people what they wanted. Just a little tease.
I mean, come on.
Didn't we have a whole little thing here?
To be fair, I didn't.
You didn't know? You were here for it, no?
I was not here for it.
I thought we were teasing it at the beginning of the pregame show that I was going to say it in this segment.
I thought so too.
I don't know how to do this.
It was on you.
There's a lot more coming, though.
Can you guys just imagine what Adam has to deal with in
every
this world?
Damn day?
He says a thing that literally no other human understands and no one complies.
But to give some quick context, for that, he played me that song about 10 minutes after we spoke for another 10 minutes about him on the cusp of breaking the Nuggets all-time three-point record.
So how many does he need to break the record? Two, right?
One to tie, two to break.
Can I tell you something?
Oh, man.
Can I tell you something? I'm taking it tonight. I'm taking Will Barton three.
I wasn't going
Portland, where this all began.
Where it all began.
Of course.
Like, I'm taking it tonight. I think he sets the record tonight. It's actually 2.5. F it. I'm going to take it anyway. I think he sets that record tonight. I think he's going for it.
First quarter, I'd say.
Really?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. First 2 shots of the game.
All right. I'm in. I got that one. So I took the first bet. He's breaking the record tonight, making 3 3-pointers.
He might make the first shot of the game too. He's gonna come out firing.
Yeah.
Will Barton first basket?
Oh man.
And I'm sure that Malone wants to get it out of his system.
That's
too.
true.
Let's just get it out early.
Yeah. I think it's cool. All right, what other bets do we have?
Well, I'm glad that you said that. I wasn't even thinking about that into that. So now I am going to take that the Will Barton one. When Nuggets are favored by 8.5 points, it's a parlay type of game. Like, you don't want to just take straight things like straightforward. Like,
right.
They have Jokic at 26.5 points in a game that they're going to win by 9. Like, it's just tough to just be excited about. So what I'm going to do is I like the second unit. So I think this is a Bones game. I really do think Bones
is this a parlay?
Yeah, this is going to be a parlay.
By the way, I told everybody yesterday if you do a $20 parlay, you get a free $20. Boom. Right here in my inbox. So really yesterday, some people will say I lost my parlay yesterday. I won't. I got it back.
The only people that could dare to say you lost that parlay are anyone that listened to your picks.
That's right. But I got a free $20 back, so
go, dude.
Reimbursed.
Yeah, so Bones Island's at 8.5 points. I already feel like he's going to knock down multiple 3-pointers.
Yeah.
8.5 points is like a gimme, I think, for him. I think he'll finish at around 12, 15 points. So let's just put that in. 8.5 points, he's going to go over on that. I also think that he's going to pass, like, assist is going to be up. They have it pretty low. 3.5, I think. 2.5 is his assist. Might as well throw that in. His rebounds are 2.5. I think that it's going to be a Bones Highland game.
Okay.
You might as well throw in Will Barton at least to make 2 3-pointers.
I like that.
You could even put in a Forbes 3-pointer.
Even a Forbes.
I love putting in a Forbes 3-pointer.
Yeah. Dude, threes are just the funnest thing to bet on because it's just like they go in and you feel as great as you can possibly imagine.
Yeah, so those are the ones that I really like in this game. I'm going to stay away from starters.
This is my parlay that I went with my free bet, which, again, remember, I did not lose my bet. I got a free one. Nuggets money line, Bones 1-3, Jokic 12 rebounds, Bryn Forbes 1-3. Okay. So I got Bones 3, Bryn Forbes 3, and then Jokic 12 rebounds. I mean, come on. He almost always does that.
Do you like Jokic triple-double tonight?
I just took it because I'm sitting here thinking Bryn's going to make a 3, Bones going to make a 3, Will Barton's going to make a bunch of 3s. Who's going to be passing these? A lot of times it's going to be Jokic. So I took Jokic triple-double. Don't love it. It's plus 175. Just feeling it. I think Jokic might have another. He's been on this kick right now, 18, 10, and 10. I kind of think that might be another 18, 10, and 10 coming up.
An easy 18, 10, and 10.
I hope it's an easy one. Thanks, everybody. We're going to head over now and watch the game down at the bar. Hit that like button on the way out. And, of course, we'll be right back here. Hopefully 6 in a row. Longest win streak of the season.
Let's
if they can get this one. We'll see you guys then.